I'd like to call the Rules and Open Government Committee to order for March 20th, 2013. Are there changes to the agenda? Nope. Okay, we will begin with the March 26, 2013 City Council agenda. Any change to page 1?
Just a note, Madam Vice Mayor, 9 o'clock start to closed session. We expect a long closed session.
Then I also have on here, we might have to come back in the afternoon. Is that?
Yeah, hopefully not, but
Okay.
there's that option.
Okay. Page 203. 405. 607. I have a note on here for item 4.5, actions related to the St. Carlos Senior Apartments project. We need a 14-day sunshine waiver. Is that right?
That is correct. The memo did go out this past Friday.
Okay. Page 8 or 9.
Madam, did you want to, on 6-1, are we going to set a time certain for that one?
Yeah, I think we're going to. I think let's finish the agenda and then we can come back and determine a time for it.
Okay.
Page 10 or 11. And then we have a couple of additions. Mayor Sweet traveled to Washington, D.C., and Councilmember Chu traveled to Pasadena.
Vice Mayor?
Yep.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda with a sunshine waiver, for the 14-day sunshine waiver, with the additions, and move the item 6.1, instead of to be heard last, to not be heard before 4:30, and then to actually hear items 2.3 as the last item on the agenda.
2.3, the approval of council committee reports?
Correct.
Does someone want to pull that?
Yes, that's going to be an extensive discussion on something that is not in the purview of the city, and with the mayor's budget message and all these other items that are extremely important, I'd like to hear those first before we tackle that topic.
So you're asking that be taken off consent and heard last?
Correct.
The entire 2.3 or just 2.3H?
Just do all 2.3. Yeah.
So then the taxi item, or taxi permits, not before 4:30?
That's my estimate. I'd see what my colleagues think. You want to do 4?
Maybe 4?
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
4 is
okay.
good. Okay, I'll second that, although I don't know why we wouldn't just do the one item and not, instead of all the committee reports.
Well, I haven't researched every committee report, but we've had a thing lately at Rules where we're getting memos on foreign policy of the United States on the agenda, so I just want to make sure if we're going to tackle those topics, let's get the city's business done first.
So there's not a specific item you're concerned about, it's just in general, that's,
Just all.
okay.
Okay. We have a motion and a second to accept the city council agenda for March 26th. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry. Before we take a vote, Mr. Wall, you want to speak on this item?
Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor. Item 2.7, the agreement with Michael Gritzuk, P.E., for Executive Program Advisor Services for the San Jose Santa Clara Water Pollution Control Plant Capital Improvement Program. I hope that the Transportation Environment Committee has looked into this. I am also very much concerned that if we need somebody in this type of position, but in that case, you should be eliminating several upper management ESD positions to authorize this. Section 3.4, security guard costs, over $3.2 million for the city. I think that should be scrutinized and perhaps shifted back to CED committee for discussion. 4.1, the Samsung deal. This is a congenital deferral of this project, and I think, like I've testified earlier, that there should be some form of public discussion why this keeps getting deferred. And 4.6, the residential impact fee. This is for people at home to understand, never deviate from the two-thirds majority to come up with a tax until something is really vetted out. I do not support how this thing is structured initially, for it looks like an entitlement program to subsidize people that can just not afford to live in San Jose. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a motion on favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. April 2nd, 2013 meeting has been canceled. Review of upcoming study sessions. Do we have any upcoming items? No? Okay. Legislative update? I believe we have none. And any meeting schedules? Nope. Okay. We're down to the public record. Mr. Wall, you want to speak on this item?
Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor. There's items A through F, specifically some of those involving that vagrant encampment, colloquially known as Camp Chuck Sam. The cost of that is going to be ferreted out. I've been looking into it on the public record request for information. I'm very much incensed about how it was created by City of San Jose and how it was allowed to be maintained, or not maintained, but allowed to grow, and also how it was manipulated for a foundational argument for the residential impact fee that was previously discussed. Also, the council needs, as I've said before, to come up with some legislative way to create stricter penalties for graffiti criminals. These people are just, they're getting away with it. There's nothing to deter their criminal action. And I think we need to get some really tough action in there. And also, on the community center reuse program, I'm unsatisfied because I'm unclear as to whether part of the rental agreements include dedicated funding for capital improvement programs for each one of these structures. What I foresee is significant structural damages that are not going to be funded, and other councils will either have to say, we can't afford these properties anymore, we'll have to sell them, or if the properties are so bad they can't even be sold and have to be demolished at great cost. Thank you.
Thank you. Need a motion?
Motion to note and file,
Second.
public record.
We have a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. We'll move down to item F, boards, commissions, and committees. Any report? None. Item G, rules committee reviews, recommendations, and approvals. G2, approval of the District 5 e-waste recycling event.
Motion
to
approved.
approve, second.
I'd like to make a quick correction on that. It should have been referred to March 26th agenda, not yesterday.
Okay.
The wrong date is on the agenda.
Motion to approve with that change.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Item G3, oversight board alternate appointment effective immediately.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, this is appointed Councilmember Olivero as the mayor's alternate on the San Jose Successor Agency Oversight Board. We have a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Sorry, Mr. Wall, did you want to speak on item G2?
Yes. It's good, right, and salutary that each council member have these cleanup actions, and specifically this e-waste in District 5. What I'm unclear as to the source of funding, why integrated waste fund can't be used for this event, instead of having either council, however the funding is, from outside sources. This is a great benefit to the committee, or to the community, and I think that they should have access to the integrated waste fund for this e-waste business. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember wants to change the vote? Nope. Oh, okay, we'll move down along, right along to the Elections Commission request for comments on Title 12 amendments, granting exceptions to the applications of Council Policy 0-36 for the limited purpose of allowing the mayor and council members to provide written comments to the Elections Commission on potential amendments to Title 12 of the San Jose Municipal Code as requested by the Elections Commission. And we have a memo from the city's clerk.
Yes.
And this item, I believe, has been asked to cross-reference for city council discussion
Yes.
on the 26th.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just every 2 years, they revise Title 12 based on the previous election and feedback, and they need to talk to the people who ran for office and the people who are in office to whom Title 12 is the most applicable, so they know what fixes might need to be made, what's unclear. A lot of it is just clarifying language, so this is a technicality.
Vice Mayor?
Yep.
Is it typically because in the past it was only verbal, and this is because you're allowing written?
No, I think the real issue is the council policy prohibits council members from talking with commissioners about their activities. You really want to have independent advice from your commissioners, so this is the exception.
So in the past, when invited and council members spoke before the, I guess I'm thinking of the salary setting commission,
Salary setting is
which
different.
always
Yeah.
strikes me sort of similar because it affects us directly.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, the
thank you.
salary settings has different set, but, yeah, this is like sort of a.
Understood.
Once every 2-year exception.
The charter, sort of the charter salary setting or reapportionment commissions, those are very different.
Councilmember Rivera?
I just want to confirm, so we've done this in the past?
I don't
Do we
know.
make this exception in the past? Have we done this before?
No, this is the first time we're asking for the exception, but this is, I think, the first time the commission has really asked for council input to the council as a whole.
Yeah, they expressly directed us to contact candidates, council members, former council members, to get their feedback. If I was not here 2 years ago, so I don't know if they did that 2 years ago, but we want to make sure that policies are followed, and if we need to make an exception to the policy, that it's noted for the public, and to provide council clear direction.
Well, I think the point here is that the commission's asking for it.
Yes.
It's not the council
Correct.
seeking to go talk to the commission.
Right.
So I think in terms of the ethical position, it's certainly a lot different when the
Yes.
commission itself is asking for that input. Do we need to take any action on this now, or you're just informing us because it's going to be on the agenda?
Refer it to council for
So
with
I make a motion
recommendation.
to refer this to council for the recommendation.
Okay, we have a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. We will move down to item H, review of additions to council committee agendas and work plans, and I believe we have none. All right, open government, have nothing for the appeals. Open forum. Mr. Wall?
Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor. There's some clarifications that need to be made about Measure B. First of all, people are asking me why I keep hammering Measure B, and it's because of how it was carried out. I think it could have been done a lot better, and I've stated this for the record. But what bothers me is why Mayor Reed has not come clear with reference to the use of $650 million to the retirement accounts that the city would have to be paying when all three of you and myself were in that room, along with the attorney, during February 14th, I think it's almost 2 years ago, or at least a year ago, when that off-the-cuff remark was made. Now, what bothered me most of all is that I brought to His Honor's attention that his communication group, the one that put out the information that the voters ended up voting on, didn't use the fact that it was just an estimate, but used the actual figure, and that's what led the citizens to vote for this. Now, we're in negotiations now with our fire and police unions and other city union bargaining agreements, and I think that very close scrutiny by council, not to divide and conquer, but to unify what is left of our city workforce and to treat them properly. After all, we're not communists here. We can pay people a fair and honest wage to live in San Jose, especially our firefighters and police officers who have to go about risking life and limb for ourselves. And I would like council to reassess this two-tier system with reference to public safety and other city employees. It's not good to have a second-class citizenship within the city workforce. Thank you.
Jim Piazza?
Anyways, I passed out paperwork to you guys, and this is dated 2011, October 17th. Mr., Ed Chicada, I have emails from a year ago and stuff. My same complaint goes, we're a small woman-owned business, yet we've given you guys over $100,000 today, over $100,000, yet you guys still want to ignore me and just pretend like I'm not here. But wait a minute here. You're missing about $500,000 to $800,000 in $1.29 that you're not charging any of these other companies like Asplin at the county fairgrounds. Why? Because Asplin has a deal, hey, we'll cut your trees for free at the county fairgrounds, and if you can park there. So that's why they get it free, and they can dump right over there. Our company spent thousands and thousands of dollars on your behalf. You told me it was the right way to do it. Yet every time I turn around, Davy Tree does the same thing. There's about 10 companies. Again, I repeat, are we all on the same set of rules? I got lots of pictures. We can show you. I can show you pictures if you want. You're missing $1.29 every ton. Every truck that you're not getting, you're missing $33 a truck. Because why? You charge $1.29 for a ton. Every time I take a ton in, we have to pay $1.29 to the city of San Jose. And by the way, Mr. Rick Dole, I've read code and I read state code, and I really dispute you or dispute whoever in the city attorneys is I don't think that money should go to the general fund. It's actually supposed to go for the LEA fund. Good day.
Thank you. That concludes a meeting. We are adjourned.